You think your world is safe. It is an illusion. Enjoy these final moments of peace.
Martin had a film career before The Hobbit. I think it is going to go to another level because of this, but for me, certainly, yes, it's been the success of Sherlock has meant a massive introduction to the industry here, which is wonderful. And also Warhorse and Tinker Tailor Soldier Spy, both of which I got before Stephen had seen Sherlock and Thomas Alfredson had never seen Sherlock. So some of it's off our own merit. I think Martin, I don't know the chronology of Martin's casting as the Hobbit. Maybe they'd seen. I know Peter's a huge fan. Jackson's a huge fan of Sherlock. But yeah, no, there's no Uber plan to take over as a double act in different films and then come together. Although it would be nice, wouldn't it? I would like to do that. I'd be game. I'd be definitely game.
There was only 2 series being aired.
Yeah,
Sherlock.
it's only 2 series being made.
It's so successful, tremendous success all over the world. Were you ever surprised?
Yeah.
I think it's the secret and key.
I think the secret and the key for our success is to do with the fact that we really honoured the original books. I think there's a lot of Conan Doyle for fans of the original stories to enjoy within our interpretation, which is cheeky sometimes, but it's never done in an irreverent fashion. And I think because a lot of it is to do with multimedia, social media, that Watson blogs, and even I want to use modern technology to a certain degree. And Sherlock's always been a modern man. He's always been reasonably au fait with technology. I think because of that, it opens up an audience that is united, and a globalized audience that's united through the internet. I've come up with that idea right now. That's a pop theory, but I think there might be some truth in it. I also think that it's a lot to do with the fact I have curly hair. I think that's the secret to our success. I think without my curly hair, both Martin and I performances, they just wouldn't, they spend an hour and a half on my curly hair in the morning, so I know it's a very important part of our success.
It's interesting that the fans in China call you curly hair.
I know, that's why I said that. That's why I said that.
And in this film, I know you play a human character.
Yeah.
But I think Sherlock and the Vulcan shares a lot of things in common. Don't you think?
How so?
Yeah, it's they're both very logic, very smart, highly intelligent and stuff. But
I don't. Maybe I've got pointy ears under the curly hair. Maybe I've yet to just play with that thing. I need to get my eyebrows shaved as well. No, listen. Honestly, seriously, I know what you're saying, but I was trying to make a comparison between Watson being Kirk and Sherlock being Spock, and it sort of fell apart. They're both great double acts. They both need each other. They balance each other out. The impetuous, impulsive, and emotionally driven nature of Kirk, and the logical, calculating, cool and calmness and politeness of Spock. And with Watson and Sherlock, it kind of bleeds around a little bit. Watson wants danger, like Kirk does. He likes being impulsive and having action, but he also grounds Sherlock. He gives him a reasonable amount of empathy and an understanding that he is part of the world around him, not separate from it. And Sherlock gives Watson a key to a world of adventure and excitement that he wouldn't have if he was a retired army doctor. So Spock and Sherlock. I mean, Zach and I talked about this, but Spock's very polite. Sherlock is incredibly rude, and makes no bones about it, especially if it's to do with mediocrity or somebody he feels is any way wasting his time. So yeah, Spock's concise, but he's not impatient. So I think the comparisons kind of wane off. But they're both great double acts. They're both great partnerships, male partnerships.
Your character in Into Darkness is pretty much still in the darkness. Anything at all you can review at this point?
Not until the film is renamed Into the Lightness, and then all will become apparent. The lotus flower will open, and everyone will attain enlightenment. No, I'm being facetious because I think there's a great deal of enjoyment to be had out of any element of, however slight, of mystique, and I think it's a rare thing in this day and age. So, without teasing people into a frenzy or trying to upset people who just want to get on and see the film, because everyone wants to see the film. I just think it's great that we're getting a little taste of it now, and that's it. It gets put.
This movie was not made for fans of Star Trek, even fans of the first movie. This movie was made as a standalone movie, so you never have to have seen anything to know anything about this movie. This is something that is made from the ground up. And if you have seen the first film, or if you were a fan of Star Trek before, it's great because there will be little moments and references that will be cool and helpful, but I was never a Star Trek fan growing up, so I couldn't make a movie only for Star Trek fans. I wouldn't know how. It would be disingenuous. So this movie is very much about, you know, an action adventure, you know, thrilling ride, emotional, funny, you know, optimistic with a great villain at the center. But it takes place much more on Earth than you think. So I would say this is not a movie for people who want to do homework. This is just a movie for people who want to go see a good movie.
That's great to hear. And you know, Benedict has a very large fan base in China, if not all over the world, through Sherlock. So could you talk a little bit about how did you cast the process of casting?
Yeah, well, we had this, I thought, fantastic role, and we were looking for an actor to play the part. And Damon Lindelof sent me an email and said, watch Sherlock. And I watched 2 episodes of Sherlock, and I was blown away. And he was just so immediately, obviously, the choice. He was so good and so smart and so deep and so powerful and honest. And the great thing about this character is, while he's our bad guy, he sees himself as the good guy. And there's a relatability and an empathy and a kind of rational way of thinking that you can start to empathize with him and actually begin to feel for him or sympathize with him and feel his dilemma. And so at the same time that, you know, this character of Harrison is someone who we're afraid of and who's creating this havoc and these attacks and really forcing our characters into a sort of harrowing adventure, he's also someone you go, oh, wait, oh, wait, maybe I can trust him. Huh, that's interesting. Like, and it's a really interesting thing to kind of have that sort of that game going on where you're afraid of someone, but you're also understanding them.
Well, they're 2 completely different colors. Spock is a man of logic and cold reason, and he's very much the brain, and Kirk is very much the heart. He leads with he's passionate, he's impulsive, he goes from the gut, and but they don't work as well without the other. One needs the other in order to be kind of the better formed human being. And that relationship is central to this story, and suffice it to say, they learn a lot from one another in this journey that they take in the second film. Spock needs to learn a little bit about the heart. Kirk needs to learn a little bit about how to lead from the head.
There's so much integrity in this character that there's a good foundation, a good bedrock of
limestone.
Yeah. We try to help each other out. Sometimes we do better than others.
Okay.
We're just getting started again. You know, this is our first press day, so when we talk to you when the movie comes out,
at the end of the tour, we're doing a big date in Madison Square Garden.
Finishing each other's sentences. It's going to be good.
Really hot.
Yeah.
Okay, Zoe, Star Trek is obviously your second space epic after Avatar, but this time you play a very different character.
Yes.
Human character. So which one do you prefer, a more exotic alien character or a more realistic human character?
I think I wouldn't compare them because they are so different. And I would feel bad, like if I were to choose one, then I would feel like, oh my God, how could I have chosen her over her? And I'm just really blessed that I got to play great characters, and that I was a part of great stories that people were very moved by. And for me to come back and reprise the role of Uhura that hardly ever happens. Uhura understands who Spock is, and she knows that because he's half Vulcan, there is a level of stiffness to his physical demeanor. But she knows him a lot more than anybody to know that he is a human. He is human on the inside, and he's very sensitive and fragile at times.
By now, all of you have heard what happened in London. Man who did it is one of our top agents.
Your commanders have committed a crime I cannot forgive. None of you are safe.
Clear the road!
Have I got your attention now?
This could just be the beginning.
I request permission to go after him.
Starfleet is not about vendetta, Kirk.
Maybe it should be, sir.
Jim, you're not actually going after this guy, are you? I have no idea what I'm supposed to do. I only know what I can do. We're gonna do this. We gotta do it now.
We will not fit.
We'll fit. We'll fit.
I told you we fit.
I am not sure that qualifies.
I watched you murder innocent men and women. I will make you answer for what you did.
You have no idea what you have done. I will walk over your cold corpses.
Let's go.
We're outgunned, outnumbered.
So we come out shooting.